Hello, welcome to Aquarium Thoughts. I'm Dave, and welcome to my live stream. I'm going to finish off my three-part series right now on where we are failing the aquarium hobby. The first one talked about how fish stores failed the aquarium hobby. The second one was about how fish keepers did. This time I'm going to focus on society and how they are failing the aquarium hobby. Not that they have really big responsibility on this, mainly because they're not really into it. Although some of it is where they do deal with it, and some of it doesn't. But first thing, what I'm going to talk about is how society sees fish, and go from there. Uh, One thing that they always deal with is basically they see fish as just merely just a decoration. They don't see it as actual pet. Um, a lot of it is you might get a wedding, and they're saying, okay, let's go ahead and have little decorations on the tables of betta fish, or some other fish that they might be. Oh, they look cute and show our guests stuff. The problem with that is basically they're just using these fish as decorations. There's really no, they don't really, and oftentimes they're harming them. They're not really giving them a good home. They're just there for the decorations, and after the party is over, I don't know what they do with them. They dump them in a local stream. They just give them out to party guests who don't know how to really care for them. That's the main reason why. That's the main thing I want to talk about is how they view them as decorations. I see that someone joined me. Hello and welcome to the stream here. But basically, that is number one on my list. Another second thing that I see on the list I have is that they just think that these are just dumb creatures, that they're not smart, and basically that's a very big misconception, in my opinion. Fish are a lot smarter than a lot of people think they are. Yeah, they don't come out of the fish tank and hug you and kiss you and all that, but there's a lot of interactions I see from even my fish, even from cardinal tetras and rasboras. I approach my tank and they think that, hey, they see me and they think they're gonna get fed, and that's the interaction that they see. I have one corner in my tank where I always feed them, and they always typically go in that corner, which shows that they do have some intelligence. They remember a lot, and they see me and they go into that corner and they want food. Sometimes I do feed them, of course, but that just goes to show you that they're not really exactly dumb creatures like society feels that they are. Hello, Mad Fish Diva. Lurking's fine, cooking's fine. Hopefully, I'm probably going to cook myself something right after this stream myself, get myself some lunch. But that's one of the things I see from society. They think that these are just dumb creatures, that they could use them as decorations for the weddings and parties, which is not always good. I mean, they do look good in my house. I mean, I love my fish tank. They look nice in the house. They add a little touch to it, but it's more than just that. They're actually pets that you have to take care of. The other thing that I see that people think about the aquarium hobby is that it's just an easy pet to care for. It's just easy. Yeah, it's just fish. What do you have to do? You have to give them water and they swim in it, which is not exactly the truth. There's a lot more into fish keeping than just throwing fish into a thing of water. You have to treat the water. B, you have to monitor the water. It's more than just. I mean, a lot of about fish keeping is more than just fish keeping. It's basically you're being a chemist, you're being a water care specialist. There's just a lot more than just being a fish keeper. Um, yeah, you have to know how the creatures in your aquarium are feeling, and take a look at that. I mean, you have to test the water. You got to clean the water. You got to clean it out. It's just more than what people think it is. People just see, okay, just throw the fish in the water and that's that, which is not always the case, and exactly isn't the case. But that's where I think society is failing us. They basically view fish keeping as decoration. They don't see them as pets. And they just see it as something just kind of swimming around in a little tank of water. Uh, that's pretty much all I have on how society is failing the aquarium hobby. I mean, there's probably more out there. I'm pretty sure you could tell me more. Hi, Melvin's Aquatic Empire. Well, thanks for joining us here. Now, of course, this stream is probably not going to be long, but I just want to express my thoughts. Instead of doing a recording, I feel I'm going to do a live stream, which I'm doing right now. But anyways, there's a few things I did miss on my other segments on this. One is how fish keepers are failing us. This is just an expansion on that. The part 2 on this is one thing I see in this hobby is when people are looking for help, we are not exactly the most helpful group sometimes. There's a lot of people out there that give awesome tips and awesome advice. But one thing I do think that we do fail here as fish keepers is we kind of judge too much sometimes, where we don't welcome newbies, however you want to call them. We don't welcome them enough sometimes, where we just kind of what's the word? We're a little bit harsh sometimes. I know a lot of it is our enthusiasm. I don't think enthusiasm is the word, but our love for the hobby, the love for the fish. Sometimes it gets to the best of us. We see that people aren't treating them right, and we kind of just jump on them instead of just stepping back and say, okay, that's not the proper. No, I don't think that's the proper setup. But here's how you need to improve that situation. Instead, we just say, you're bad. You're a bad person. You're not caring for these fish. When in fact, sometimes we just need to step back and realize, okay, these people are just making a simple mistake. We need to correct them, yes. We need to make sure that they are doing better. But sometimes it's just, we come out too strong sometimes, which we need to watch and try to welcome these people more. Do you guys have anything else you want to add? How maybe fish stores, how us fish keepers or society fails the aquarium hobby? Please feel free to add some comments here. Otherwise, I mean, that's all I have right now on that. So basically, so far, to add what I had on how society fails the hobby is that they view fish as decorations. They think that they're just dumb creatures that they're not really pets, kind of thing. Anything else you guys want to add to this? Okay, well, anyways, I think I'm going to go and probably start closing out this live stream. I'm just going to go ahead and carry my little thing to actually show you my fish at the moment. Just to give you a little update on what I'm doing. I know this tank needs to be some cleaning. I have some algae issues going on. But let me go ahead and show you this. Okay. As you can see, I do have some algae issues in this tank. As you can see, that little glob right there. And this glob in the floating plants over there needs to be cleaned up. But overall, kind of doesn't take too much away from it. But that is my living room tank right there. As you can see, all the rasboras and the cardinal tetras in there. Let me see if I can find my pistogrammas in here. Oh, that is a really good point. Definitely important to talk to friends and family about fish keeping and make sure that they actually are taking care of things. And that way they understand a little bit better more. Let me see here. I don't see my pistogrammas. There's one of the autosynclists I have in there. And I don't see any of my pistogrammas. They're probably just hiding out. And I'm going to take a little... definitely a good idea to make sure that they know you're a good source. That way they can know who to go to for help. And this is my bedroom tank right here. Let's turn on the light in here, so I can actually see. Now I do have some pistogrammas in here as well. You have 2 fish mentees at my job. That's good to have. Good that you're a mentor to them. see, where are my fish in here? And apparently all my fish are hiding today. Let's see here. Where are they? Oh, there's Frank. There he is. There's Frank right there. Yeah, and also I'm going to be starting up a new tank eventually once I have my stand done. I don't know where Frankie's at. Frankie's probably in the cave right there. But anyway, and there's my African butterfly fish in there as well. Oops, kind of getting light in there though, so there's one of them. And I could probably get a better picture of this one right here. There he is. Let me see here. That is, no, that's Madam Butterfly. That's her. And there's my African butterfly fish. So pretty much that's my tanks. But definitely good points. Good to be a mentor. Make sure that they know that you're there, and that way they can answer. That way you can answer their questions if they have any. But anyways, thanks for joining the stream here. I hope you guys have a good day. I'm going to cut it off right here unless you have any other points. But thanks for joining me. And yes, yes, I do love my butterfly fish.
I don't hear you there.
I do love them as well. But anyways, you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me.
I don't hear you.
Thanks. Bye.
Dad, I don't hear you.